Hi, I'm Jeannie Allen, President of the Center for Education Reform. Today, the Center for Education Reform is embarking on a campaign to take America back to school on education reform. In the 19 years since CER was founded, we've learned much about what makes education great and what the causes are of our failures. And underlying it all is one simple premise, that information is power. A lack of information about our schools and their performance, a lack of information about the solutions and their promise among voters, policymakers, the media, you and I, can set education in this country back, dropping us even further behind. Consider this. Today, 1 in 4 Americans and 4 in 10 minorities do not finish high school. We only graduate 75% of our high school students as a whole on time. More disturbingly, we are being outperformed by other countries. We rank 14th in reading, 25th in math, 17th in science, among other developed countries. If we were just talking about our individual children, we'd be at the schoolhouse door, shaking our finger and trying to figure out a solution. Why is it that when we're talking about our kids as a whole across this nation, we are at a loss what to do about it? It's just not acceptable. And the saddest part is there are basic education reforms that we've promoted, that we've helped implement, that can reverse this trend and put us back on top. But many policymakers and the general public simply don't know about them, or, worse, are often fooled by solutions that look like reform in reality, but have no substantive impact on achievement. In other words, there's a lot of talk going on out there, and it's all well-intentioned, but oftentimes it doesn't result in the real results we need for kids. So as the nation's parents are bracing for another school year for their kids, it's time for the grown-ups to go back to school ourselves. Here's how. We're going to reintroduce the first principles of reform to policymakers and reformers who are often barraged by a variety of ideas that sometimes contradict the real goals of reform. We're going to educate the media and the public, just like we have for 19 years, about how to recognize a real reformer from a pretender. We'll be rolling out useful tools and resources that will be chock full of useful information and practical tools and tips about what real people can do to affect real change in their real schools, the kind of substantive change that we need in our educational system. Some highlights include an updated Education 50 so you can determine best how you should vote for governor, for president, for your local legislators, tools to how to evaluate your candidates and how to push your favorite candidate to do what you want. We're going to be rolling out our new Parent Power Index, a parent power index that frankly is critical to parents understanding and having the kind of power they need to affect change in their kids' education. It'll be the centerpiece of our efforts to help support and promote a path-breaking movie that will be out September 28th, my birthday in fact, so send me cards and letters. The feature film is called Won't Back Down and stars Maggie Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, and others, produced by Walden Media, and it's a true story, a story based on many separate true stories, about a parent and teacher who come to grips with what they have to do to really make their own school make a difference in the lives of their kids. So sign up for our updates. Stay tuned to www.edreform.com right here over the next 6 weeks. Be sure to join us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be rolling out information and exciting news resources on a regular basis. We are facing a real crisis in this country on education, and the only way to combat it is by giving every American the tools and knowledge to effect lasting, substantive, and structural education reform. There's a lot of work going on there and a lot of groups and people we're proud to work with every day, but we all have to double up and triple up our efforts to make sure real educational opportunities reach all children. Thank you, and we look forward to talking with you, working with you over the next few weeks.